Why? Healthy people have heart attacks. Prevention tips. It is a profound and unsettling paradox that one can be at the peak of physical conditioning, diligently training, effortlessly completing demanding physical feats like a 10K race, experiencing no discernible symptoms of distress, and feeling utterly fantastic, all while a silent, insidious threat, a widowmaker blockage, steadily grows within the very core of their being. How can such a terrifying dichotomy exist? The answer lies in the remarkable, yet sometimes deceptive, adaptability of human biology. Your body possesses an astonishing capacity to compensate, to mask severe underlying issues, even concealing a critical 90% blockage, meticulously maintaining perfect blood flow and apparent health right up until the precise catastrophic moment when that flow abruptly ceases. This inherent biological resilience is the chilling reason why, for nearly half of all men and an even higher percentage of women, the very first symptom of advanced heart disease is not a warning ache or a fleeting discomfort, but the irreversible finality of sudden death itself. This comprehensive exploration aims to demystify this critical health enigma. We will delve into the intricate reasons why a seemingly healthy heart can suddenly and unexpectedly fail, unraveling the sophisticated mechanisms your body employs to conceal these ticking time bombs of cardiac danger. Most importantly, we will illuminate the only truly effective methods available to accurately assess the health of your heart, offering a crucial opportunity for intervention before it is tragically too late. To truly grasp the reasons behind the failure of this most vital engine, we must metaphorically peel back the chest wall and examine its intricate inner workings. When we embark upon the anatomical study of the human heart, we are immediately struck by its nature as a relentless muscle, perpetually working, demanding more oxygen and nutrients than almost any other tissue in the entire body. To meet this insatiable demand for life-sustaining oxygen, the heart relies upon a sophisticated and dense network of specialized blood vessels that intricately wrap around its exterior, much like a crown or a root system. These vital conduits are collectively known as the coronary arteries. Early anatomists, struck by their appearance, indeed likened these vessels to a crown, which is precisely where the term coronary originates. However, to truly appreciate their functional importance, it is more illustrative to envision them as the critical root system of a magnificent, massive tree. Just as the severance of a single major root can lead to the almost instantaneous death of the entire branch it supports, so too can the compromise of a coronary artery spell disaster for the segment of heart muscle it nourishes. Within this vital network, two principal players stand out: the right coronary artery and the left coronary artery. The left coronary artery, in particular, branches almost immediately into a monumental vessel known as the left anterior descending artery, often referred to by its ominous abbreviation, the LAD. In the high-stakes environment of the emergency room, medical professionals have bestowed upon this specific artery a grim, evocative nickname: the Widowmaker. The reason behind this stark moniker is rooted in simple yet brutal geometry and physiological impact. The LAD artery is solely responsible for supplying a colossal volume of blood to the front and bottom sections of the left ventricle, which is unequivocally the heart's primary and most powerful pumping chamber. To return to our tree analogy, if a small peripheral twig is blocked, one might merely lose a single leaf. But if the main trunk itself is compromised or severed, the entire tree inevitably falls. A complete blockage within the LAD artery swiftly and catastrophically cripples the heart's fundamental ability to efficiently pump blood throughout the entire body, leading to immediate, widespread, and irreversible tissue death. But how, one might reasonably ask, does such a critical blockage even begin to form in an individual who diligently adheres to a healthy lifestyle, perhaps even engaging in rigorous daily exercise? To comprehend this perplexing phenomenon, we must scrutinize the microscopic architecture of the vessel wall itself. A perfectly healthy artery is characterized by its remarkable flexibility and resilience, akin to a brand new, supple rubber garden hose. Its innermost lining lining, known as the tunica intima, is, in an ideal physiological state, exquisitely smooth and slick, much like a surface coated with Teflon. This pristine surface allows blood cells to glide effortlessly past, entirely devoid of friction, ensuring unimpeded flow. However, the realities of human life are far from perfect. Over the cumulative course of decades, a relentless barrage of detrimental factors begins to exert its corrosive influence. Conditions such as persistently elevated high blood pressure, chronically high blood sugar levels, and the devastating impact of smoking act insidiously like a coarse sandpaper, slowly but surely abrading and damaging this delicate, protective inner coating. Even the sheer mechanical stress generated by decades of high-volume blood flow and the intense, repetitive pulsations associated with prolonged, strenuous exercise can, over time, induce microscopic scratches and infinitesimal tears within this vital lining. It is precisely at this juncture that the insidious trouble truly begins. Your body, programmed for self-preservation, immediately attempts to repair these microscopic lesions. In a misguided effort to patch the perceived hole, it dispatches low-density lipoprotein, LDL cholesterol, often colloquially referred to as bad cholesterol, to the site, much like a handyman applying spackle to a damaged wall. Subsequently, the immune system, ever vigilant, deploys white blood cells, specifically monocytes that transform into macrophages, to inspect and manage this repair effort. These specialized cells, in their attempt to clear the debris, consume the accumulated cholesterol, transforming into characteristic foam cells, which are essentially lipid-laden macrophages. Over time, this mixture of cholesterol, immune cells, and cellular debris undergoes a progressive hardening process, often calcifying. This hardened, complex amalgamation of cholesterol, calcium, and various cellular waste products is precisely what we define as plaque. The pathological condition characterized by the formation of these plaques within the arteries is known as atherosclerosis. Now, we arrive at a critical misconception, one that tragically leads many to their untimely demise. Most people instinctively visualize plaque buildup within their arteries as being analogous to a stubborn clog gradually forming in a bathroom sink drain. They imagine the pipe progressively narrowing, becoming tighter and tighter, until one day the water simply stops flowing altogether. This mental model leads to the natural assumption that they would undoubtedly feel this process happening, anticipating telltale symptoms such as shortness of breath or recurrent chest pain as the arterial opening inexorably shrinks. While this intuitive line of reasoning appears logically sound, it is, in a crucial biological sense, incorrect and dangerously misleading. The human body, in its astonishing complexity, is an exceptionally adaptive organism. As plaque steadily accumulates and grows within the artery wall, a remarkable and deceptive phenomenon often occurs. The artery wall itself actively stretches outward. This process, known as positive remodeling, allows the artery to accommodate the increasing bulk of the plaque, thereby preserving the inner lumen, the open pathway for blood flow, to a surprisingly significant degree. This positive remodeling means that an individual can harbor a massive, substantial amount of plaque within their coronary arteries, yet the internal tube itself can remain astonishingly 100% open or nearly so. Consequently, they experience entirely normal blood flow and exhibit absolutely zero symptoms. They can continue to run a 10K race and feel perfectly fantastic because, from a purely hemodynamic perspective, sufficient blood is still getting through. This fundamental biological fact is the chilling explanation why, as previously mentioned, for a staggering 50% of men and an even higher 64% of women, the very first and often only symptom of underlying heart disease is the sudden, catastrophic event of death. They report feeling entirely fine, robustly healthy, right up until the very second they unequivocally are not. So, what precisely flips this deadly switch? What transforms a quietly growing, asymptomatic plaque into a sudden, fatal cardiac event? The answer lies in the critical concept of plaque stability. Envision that plaque deposit not as a solid, inert mass, but rather as a delicate, unstable blister covered by an exceedingly thin, fragile layer of fibrous skin. This particular type of plaque, often referred to as soft plaque, is teeming with a volatile, inflammatory gunk, a viscous mixture of lipids, cholesterol, and inflammatory cells. If an individual experiences a sudden, dramatic spike in blood pressure, perhaps due to acute stress or intense emotional upheaval, or subjects their body to extreme physical exertion that significantly elevates hemodynamic forces, that tenuous, thin, fibrous cap covering the soft plaque can suddenly tear or rupture. This event is known as a plaque rupture. When this volatile plaque ruptures, its highly thrombogenic, clot-forming contents violently spill directly into the bloodstream. The body's intricate defense mechanisms immediately register this as a severe open wound within a blood vessel and initiates a frantic, reflexive panic response. It instantly dispatches a cascade of platelets, tiny blood cells responsible for clotting, to the site of the rupture, initiating a rapid clotting process. While this immediate clotting response is precisely what you desire and depend on, if you cut your finger, it is catastrophically detrimental and precisely what you absolutely do not want to occur inside the delicate, vital conduits of your heart. In a terrifyingly swift matter of mere minutes, that nascent blood clot can grow exponentially, becoming so large and obstructive that it completely seals off the entire artery, effectively creating a total blockage. It is crucial to understand that it is not the gradual, slow buildup of plaque that ultimately chokes off the blood flow in this scenario. Rather, it is the sudden, rapid, and overwhelming formation of the blood clot that acts with immediate and devastating effect, like a cork forcefully jammed into the neck of a wine bottle. Blood flow, which moments before was sufficient, now abruptly hits a brick wall. This is the classic presentation of a type 1 myocardial infarction, more commonly known as a heart attack caused by a coronary thrombosis. However, there exists another scenario, one that frequently affects individuals who appear exceptionally fit, particularly endurance athletes who consistently push their physiological limits. This is the type 2 myocardial infarction. Consider the illustrative case of Robert, a diligent and disciplined 50-year-old runner who maintains normal cholesterol levels. While participating in a demanding race, Robert doesn't experience the stereotypical crushing chest pain often depicted in movies. Instead, he simply feels an unsettling sense of weirdness. His energy levels plummet unexpectedly. He feels lightheaded, and a wave of nausea washes over him. Attributing these symptoms to mere dehydration or fatigue, he tries to push through. At the hospital, however, medical professionals perform blood tests and discover the presence of a specific protein called troponin in his bloodstream. To conceptualize troponin, think of it as the luminescent liquid contained within a glow stick. As long as the plastic casing of the glow stick remains intact, the liquid stays safely confined within. But if you snap or break the stick, the liquid leaks out, indicating damage. Similarly, heart muscle cells are densely packed with troponin. If these vital cells sustain damage or, worse, begin to die, their cellular membranes rupture and the troponin leaks out into the surrounding bloodstream, serving as an unambiguous biomarker of cardiac injury. Robert, despite his perceived fitness, is undeniably suffering a heart attack. Yet, when cardiologists examine his coronary arteries through an angiogram, they do not find a complete 100% blocked pipe. Instead, they discover a partial blockage, perhaps around 50%. How, then, could he be experiencing a heart attack with blood still demonstrably flowing through the affected artery? This situation exemplifies a critical supply and demand problem. While Robert is comfortably sitting on a couch, a 50% blockage in a coronary artery might be largely irrelevant. The hose is indeed crimped, but sufficient blood, still manages to get through to adequately water the grass, nourish the heart muscle at rest. However, when Robert's heart rate surges dramatically during the race, spiking to a vigorous 170 beats per minute, his heart's metabolic demand for oxygenated blood skyrockets. demanding the equivalent of a veritable fire hose worth of supply. The partially crimped artery, with its 50% blockage, can at best only deliver a garden hose worth of blood. In this critical imbalance, the heart's demand for oxygen profoundly exceeds the restricted supply, leading to a state where the heart muscle begins to suffer from oxygen deprivation, essentially starting to suffocate. This condition is known as ischemia. In Robert's specific case, there was an additional complicating factor: atrial fibrillation, or AFib. Your heart operates on a precise and intricate electrical grid, orchestrating a perfectly coordinated rhythmic squeeze. In AFib, the heart's upper chambers, the atria, cease their coordinated, efficient beating and instead begin to quiver in a chaotic, disorganized manner. This electrical chaos severely disrupts the precise timing and efficiency of blood flow through the heart. When you combine an existing partial blockage in a coronary artery with the rapid, irregular heartbeat characteristic of AFib, particularly under the stress of intense exercise, you create an almost perfect storm. The heart is beating so furiously fast that it doesn't allow adequate time for its chambers to fully fill with blood, and simultaneously, the compromised coronary arteries simply cannot deliver enough oxygenated blood to sustain this unsustainable pace. This predicament vividly underscores the significance of what is often termed the 70% threshold. Generally speaking, an individual will not begin to experience noticeable chest pain or other symptoms of cardiac distress until an artery is approximately 70% blocked. Below this critical threshold, the heart's remarkable compensatory mechanisms are usually sufficient to maintain adequate blood flow at rest and even with moderate activity, ensuring that the individual remains asymptomatic. However, once the blockage surpasses this 70% mark, one might begin to feel a distinct tightness or pressure in the chest, particularly when engaging in activities that increase cardiac demand, such as walking briskly upstairs, with the sensation typically subsiding when they sit down and rest. This specific pattern of symptoms is clinically referred to as stable angina, and it serves as a crucial check engine light from your body, signaling that there is an underlying issue that requires attention. Yet, it is imperative to remember that, ironically, the majority of heart attacks, particularly those of the type 1 variety, occur in individuals who have less than a 50% blockage. This is precisely because the soft, unstable plaques, which are more prone to sudden rupture and subsequent clot formation, are often not severe enough to cause symptoms before they catastrophically destabilize, unlike the larger, more stable, often calcified plaques that tend to cause exertional angina. So, if these deadly plaques can grow silently, evade detection, and manifest with zero discernible symptoms, is there any glimmer of good news? Mercifully, the human heart possesses a remarkable, often hidden, secret backup system known as collateral circulation. To further extend our transportation analogy, think of your main coronary arteries as bustling interstates. If a persistent traffic jam, a blockage, endures for years, your incredibly adaptive heart can, over time, literally pave alternative side streets and detours, growing tiny new blood vessels that bypass the original blockage. This ingenious biological adaptation is a key reason why a 70-year-old individual who has likely had years for these collateral vessels to develop in response to slow-growing blockages might actually survive a heart attack that would prove instantly fatal to a 40-year-old. In the younger person, the plaque rupture is sudden and unexpected. The main highway abruptly shuts down, and because there hasn't been sufficient time for collateral circulation to develop, there are simply no alternative routes around the catastrophic shutdown. One of the most effective ways to actively encourage and force these vital collateral vessels to grow is through consistent, structured exercise, particularly incorporating Zone 2 cardio training and high-intensity interval training. Regular physical activity actively stimulates the growth of this crucial backup network, a network that effectively buys you time should a blockage occur. And in the context of cardiac events, time is truly the only currency that matters. In the emergency room, the grim but accurate mantra is, "Time is muscle." Just 20 minutes of complete oxygen deprivation can initiate irreversible damage to heart muscle cells. By the 90-minute mark, viable heart tissue begins to irreversibly turn into non-functional scar tissue. And crucially, scar tissue does not pump blood. To maximize the chances of saving precious heart muscle, it is absolutely paramount to recognize the symptoms of a heart attack promptly and seek immediate medical attention. The symptoms of a heart attack can vary significantly between individuals and particularly between sexes. Men typically experience what is often depicted as the Hollywood heart attack, a crushing pressure or squeezing pain in the chest, often radiating down the left arm, sometimes accompanied by jaw pain or sweating. For women, however, the symptoms are frequently more insidious, subtle, and easily misinterpreted, often leading to dangerous delays in seeking care. Women might experience extreme fatigue that is out of proportion to their activity, shortness of breath, unexplained back or shoulder pain, or even intense acid reflux-like discomfort that doesn't respond to antacids. A particularly ominous, though less specific symptom for anyone, regardless of gender, is a sudden, inexplicable sense of impending doom. If you or someone you know experiences any of these symptoms, especially a combination, do not ignore them. This is not the time for stoicism or self-diagnosis. It is the moment to call emergency services without hesitation. If the heart's vital plumbing system fails due to a significant blockage, interventional cardiologists are equipped to perform a life-saving procedure known as a percutaneous coronary intervention, PCI, often referred to as an angioplasty and stenting. This procedure involves skillfully threading a thin, flexible catheter, usually through an access point in the wrist or groin artery, all the way to the heart. Once the catheter reaches the coronary arteries, a special contrast dye is injected, which allows the medical team to visualize the arteries and precisely locate the blockage, or jam, using real-time X-ray imaging. A tiny balloon at the tip of the catheter is then carefully maneuvered into the narrowed segment of the artery and inflated. This inflation effectively smashes the plaque against the artery walls, reopening the constricted passageway. Following the balloon inflation, a stent, a small, expandable metal mesh scaffold, is typically deployed at the site of the blockage. This stent acts as a permanent structural support, holding the artery open and significantly reducing the likelihood of it narrowing again in the future. Beyond reacting to a cardiac event, the ultimate goal is proactive intervention, to find the fire before the house burns down. This necessitates a more sophisticated approach to screening than conventional methods. Standard blood work, while valuable for assessing general health markers, only provides a snapshot of the ingredients circulating in your blood, levels of cholesterol, triglycerides, and blood sugar. Crucially, it does not reveal whether these ingredients are actively sticking to the walls of your arteries, forming dangerous plaques. To gain a truly accurate and predictive understanding of your cardiovascular risk, you need far better, more direct data about the state of your arteries. This is where advanced screening tools become indispensable. The first crucial scan to consider is the coronary artery calcium, CAC, score. This is a non-invasive, quick, typically taking less than 5 minutes, CT scan that specifically measures the amount of hardened, calcified plaque within your coronary arteries. A CAC score of 0 is considered ideal, indicating no detectable calcium buildup and thus a very low risk of a cardiac event in the near future. Conversely, a score exceeding 400 is a grave warning sign, strongly indicative of extensive plaque burden and classifying the individual as having a ticking time bomb within their chest. While the CAC score is excellent for detecting hardened plaque, it does not visualize the more dangerous, often unstable, soft plaques. For a more comprehensive assessment, particularly for individuals with elevated risk or concerning CAC scores, the next step is often a CT angiogram or coronary CT angiography, CCTA. This advanced imaging technique involves injecting a contrast dye into the bloodstream and then performing a high-resolution CT scan of the heart. The CCTA provides incredibly detailed images of the coronary arteries, allowing physicians to visualize not only hardened, calcified plaques, but more critically, the soft, invisible, and highly unstable plaques that have not yet calcified. These are precisely the blisters that are most prone to rupture and trigger a sudden heart attack. The CT angiogram, therefore, represents the ultimate early warning system, offering an unparalleled view into the true state of your arterial health and identifying the most dangerous hidden culprits before they manifest as a life-threatening event. The devastating phenomenon of a healthy heart attack is almost invariably a tragedy born of ignorance, an ignorance of the silent processes unfolding within the body, and an ignorance of the powerful tools available for early detection. The path to prevention, while requiring discipline, is clear and actionable. First and foremost, meticulously control your blood pressure. Maintaining optimal blood pressure levels is fundamental to preventing the relentless mechanical tearing and microscopic damage to your arterial linings. Secondly, diligently manage your blood sugar levels. Keeping blood sugar within a healthy range is crucial to thwarting the inflammatory processes that drive plaque formation and progression. And finally, keep moving. Regular, consistent physical activity not only strengthens your heart muscle, but actively encourages the development of vital collateral circulation, providing those critical detour roads that can literally save your life. Do not make the perilous mistake of guessing whether you are healthy based solely on how you feel. Leverage the incredible technological advancements available in modern medicine. Utilize the scans and diagnostic tools we possess to gain true insight into your cardiovascular health. Equip yourself with knowledge, for knowing the true state of your heart is the only way to genuinely protect it.